Friday was a windy day at David F. Couch Ballpark, and things are no different on Saturday as the Wake Forest Demon Deacons take on the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Geoff Arnold, joined by the former Major League All-Star and Larry Sorensen. Wake Forest, Larry, they put 8 runs on the board yesterday, but the real story was Griffin Roberts. From an offensive standpoint, Johnny Aiello led the Wake Forest offense, and Aiello, he made a couple of swing adjustments. Andrew Ryan will have to deal with the win today. The starter for the Riverhawks has been one of the leaders of the pitching staff since he was a freshman. Wake Forest going for back-to-back victories and a series win today. It's the Deeks and the Riverhawks, and it's coming up next.
Aiello belts this one to deep left field. Olive is back. It's gone! The 1-2 from Roberts. Swing and a miss. There's 8 innings of one-run baseball from Griffin Roberts. 2-1. Seymour cranks this one out to left, and it's down in front of McCaffrey. Frick scores. Aiello digging for third, and he's safe. Box 2-2. Swing and a miss. Hit sharply to second. This could be 2. Mueller. 1-2. He swings, puts a drive in one out to right field. Young is back off the fence. Long scores. Harvey scores. Into second base. Poteet with a 2-run double. On a cooler Sunday afternoon at David F. Couch Ballpark. Wake Forest has Mueller to open up the inning. He puts this one in the air out to left center, and it's run down by Colby Mayola. Very good defensive outfielder for the Riverhawks. 1 pitch and 1 out to get us to Johnny Aiello, who has been looking to turn things around for the Deeks. He took some extra batting practice after last night. He had an opportunity with the bases loaded in the bottom half of the 9th inning, but struck out against Nick Rand. 9th inning that easily could have gone sideways for UMass Lowell, and well, we gather Rand comes in and he can make it interesting. And it certainly had us on the edge of our seat last night. Strike 1 into Aiello.
Always reminds me of when Larry Bowe was managing and coaching, and he said that Mitch Williams was like an E-ride at Disneyland.
John Wetland was kind of the same way.
Todd Jones in Detroit.
Strike over the outside corner, 0-2.
Guys that would put 2 men on base in every save situation.
They were in the circus, they'd be doing the high wire act. The 0-2. Aiello drifts it out to right field. Going back is Young, and Young out of room. Home run for Johnny Aiello. Aiello with his 2nd home run of the series, 2nd one of the year. And Wake Forest makes it a 4-2 ball game.
Well, as you look at the flags, you can see that the wind really didn't have too much to do with that ball. It just kept slicing and drifting and slicing and drifting, and I think 360 was the official estimate. That's an area where you might pick one up that you don't see in a lot of other ballparks. Almost a great play, but about an 8-foot wall out there as you're going uphill. No chance.
So we've seen both instances today. Aiello going out to right field. And Seymour takes off speed down for ball 1.
It looked like the ball got knocked down by the wind a little bit on the ball that Mueller hit into the left center field area.
Well, Aiello has home run power, as he showed all of us last year. Seymour also has the ability to go long. He has not hit a long ball yet. 2-0.
They say it's just a matter of time, though, for this big guy.
This one is lifted out to shallow left. Near the line. Climo can't make the play. Backed up by Polacchetti. Seymour into second base with a double.
Well, this is a little bit more of the adventure that we've expected the last couple of days with the wind blowing the way that it is. Teams that come into this ballpark generally have a hard time with balls in the left field area, again because of that drifting wind that we've talked about as it comes across the Concord. Seymour, even though he's a little bit angry, gets it out of the system, and then he sprints the entire way, and he made it into second base very easily. He was going full speed after the momentary flip of the bat down into the turf.
So a homer and a double for the Deeks. And now it brings Shane Muntz up to bat. Got aboard on an error his last time up. Fastball is at the top of the zone for strike one. He lifted a high pop-up right at the mound. Russ Olive came in from first and couldn't make the play, though it didn't really look like the wind had much to do with that miscue from Olive. Stop by Passatempo, and Seymour holds on at second. Take a look in at Henry Finaro. Just south of 60 pitches.
Good stuff. I really like the spin on his breaking balls.
Olive runs out of room.
See Muntz looking down to third base and Tom Walter making some hitting adjustments on the fly as he walks back toward the batter's box.
The 1-2. Fastball is outside.
You know, Jeff, for a lot of these freshmen, they've not had failure before. They've not experienced much failure in their careers. They've been the stars at all their schools. You look through the lists of all-star teams they've played on and were named to, and there's 4 paragraphs of all county teams and everything else. Guys have been very successful to get a scholarship to an ACC school.
Muntz swings, drives one out to right center. It's caught by Michael Young, but Seymour tags from second and gets into third.
Now that ball hit extremely hard, but had the slice on it coming off the bat of the right-handed hitter. The wind pushed it just a little bit. The wind has picked up just a touch, and nicely played by Young again. He's made a couple of nice plays today. This ball was scalded. I heard a definition of baseball the other day that it's failure every 15 seconds repeated for 3 hours or 3.5 hours.
And yet, so many people want to try and play the game. I think one thing that's easy to forget, very few get to the level of the Deeks or the Riverhawks. Ball one to Christian Long. And Wake Forest, for some of these youngsters on the team, you go from non-conference play, you go from this, and then next weekend at this time you're going to be playing Florida State. Talk about a massive adjustment and things getting kicked up a notch.
Well, and this week, Wednesday, you've got Coastal Carolina, who was national champion a couple years ago. That's why you come to these ACC schools.
Into center field. RBI single for Christian Long. Wake Forest, they have scored 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings and are on top 5-2.
Boy, 2 out base hits are just killers to a pitcher, and that was a good job by Christian Long. Top half of the baseball and drove it up the middle. Short swing, good job.
Now Castellanos fanned out a little bit on the left side of the infield. Sneaks up the middle, and down comes Bobby Seymour with Wake Forest's 5th run of the game. Climo moves in and makes the catch. But the Deeks, it's another multi-run inning, and Johnny Aiello with his 2nd home run of the series. Michael Young making a bid for it, but ran out of room. Wake Forest on top 5-2 as we go to the 4th inning.